Hi, this is Bert from Saxon. You're watching Metal Gods TV. Yahoo.
And it was, I tried to do a 2 week schedule of everything I needed to do to get fit again, to do the album, to get my guitar hands back as well, because I'd not played guitar for a while. So I was trying to just start again. It's like being 15 again. I had to start from scratch. So I plotted out, say, from 7 a.m., get up. My daughter, Violet, was only 1.5 at the time, I think. She'll have just gone, or she'll have just gone 2, actually. She'll have just gone 2. So it was sort Violet out, work, 9 hours a day, work, finish, and then it was trying to fit in an hour of exercise, trying to fit in a good hour of vocal exercise and guitar exercise, and try and make space to write, to come up with ideas for album 5. And I tried to do it for about 2 weeks, and I just collapsed at the end of it because I just wasn't fit enough to do it.
Yeah.
And that, again, that another thing just forced me to look at it and just go, hang on a second, am I going to kill myself for nothing? Not for nothing, but is it worth me doing it? So I weighed it all up quite seriously. I looked at my health. Like, was it worth sacrificing my health just to sing in Evile? So I'm immensely proud of what I did with Evile. Really, really proud of it all. So I was weighing all that up. Is it worth it for my health? Would I be able to go on tour again? Am I going to be able to go and spend 3 or 4 months away at a time when I've got 3 kids to look after? I can't. I know a lot of people do. I know there's tons of touring musicians that have kids and go and do it all. But I think from my position, Evile was never it wasn't professional. We weren't getting paid enough to do it for a living.
Yeah.
It was more of a glorified hobby. It always has been more of a glorified hobby. We might make, say, a grand or 2 each a year from it.
Yeah.
That's about it, really. So you look at it and go, well, financially, it's not worth the amount of effort we put in, like, compared to the amount of effort, financial that came out of it. Was like this. So it's looked at that. I looked at the health, looked at the family, and I thought, you know what? And I started thinking about the actual touring itself. Do I want to go through all the airports? Do I want to be sat in vans again? Do I want to be doing all that? And the more I looked at it, the less and less appealing it became to do it again. I just kind of felt like I'd had a good nearly 20-year run. We achieved loads of cool stuff. I got to do 4 albums, recorded one with Fleming Rasmussen. I got to record with Russ Russell, met loads of cool people, toured with Megadeth, did some awesome stuff. It felt like we'd packed a 40-year career into 15 years. It felt like we'd really, really done a lot. And I think I couldn't come up with as many pros as I thought I would. Yeah. All I could think was that hour on stage and seeing different parts of the world. I couldn't bring myself to want to do the traveling to see those parts of the world again. And it all just kind of stacked up. I was being rushed. I was being pushed. And I just thought, you know what? I can't do it anymore. I'm done. So I decided to step back. It was mostly for health and family and just the time constraints that were, as much as I put to the band, it was, I need a lot of time to recover. I need a lot of time to retrain, and I need. It's going to hold us up. It's going to hold it up, but we're in lockdown. It's not going to matter.
Yeah.
But just that push to get it done was kind of what spurred me on to look at it really seriously. Yeah, and I just struggled to come up with as many pros as I could for doing it anymore.
So was the record company on your back at that time, or had you left the record company?
We'd finished with Earache. We were completely free. Yeah, there was no. I mean, we've only ever had a manager briefly, so there's nobody breathing down our backs. We had a booking agent, at Factory Music. Sharon has always stuck with us for years and years and years. She's been awesome. There was no pressure from anywhere. It was just I was able to just look at it seriously and just think, I think I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, I think once you stop enjoying something, it's time to walk away, I suppose.
Absolutely, yeah. I could only enjoy that 1 hour of the day.
Yeah.
When you're playing the other 23 hours of the day, as lovely as the people are that you're with, I weighed it up against looking at family and health and went, I'd rather be with my family.
Yeah. And then
yeah.
yeah. You got to eat.
You got to feed the kids at least once a week.
I mean, I saw you guys from more or less the beginning. I think your dad was managing you when you first saw you at Bloodstock. You won the it wasn't Metal Turn Masters then. It's the thing before that. I think you won a competition to play Bloodstock.
No, it wasn't a competition. It was we just got put on it.
Yeah,
Because at the time, yeah, we were doing little tours with Pitiful Rain, Headless Cross, Mutant, and Let 'Em Burn, and bands like that. And the Bloodstock guys just went, "There's this little thing happening. There were really these group of bands who were going around doing this thing all by themselves.
yeah,
Let's give them a bit of a push." And they put us on the tent stage. We headlined it, and yeah, that was where we got signed from.
yeah.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
I mean, I've always said. I mean, I know you sort of laugh when I say it, but I think your debut album is one of the best thrash metal album debuts ever.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'll stack up against Metallica and everything. I mean, it's really.
Oh,
I do honestly, I do. I asked around.
now.
There's a lot of people agreeing with me. A lot of friends, a lot of journos. They do agree with me. I mean, because the Metallica Kill 'Em All album, fair enough, it's good. It's got some brilliant tracks on it, but it wasn't produced as what your guys' first album was.
I think, God, if you're going to compare them, yeah, Kill 'Em All is a great album. It's a bit rough and ready, but it's great. I guess if that sounds my apologies, it's only because we had all of those years and bands debuts before us that we were kind of culling from in a way. So we kind of had that advantage, I guess, of coming last. Whereas we weren't spearheading it, so you know we weren't there to make all the mistakes that probably been made before us by everybody else. And we kind of knew what to do. We just knew what we wanted to do. We were writing music that we wanted to hear as thrash metal fans. That's it. All it was. I wanted to, well, especially me. I just wanted to write songs that I would listen to as a fan of that kind of music. Yeah, and it went really well. I'm really proud of that album. It's not my favorite, but I'm really proud of it.
Yeah, I know it's not your favorite. I think it was because it just made such a big impact to everybody. I think that's the main thing.
It did.
Like, I mean, there's been lots of thrasher bands that, but they were all sort of getting a bit samey. And yours came out and it's like, whoa, you know, there's a brilliant thrash band out there just arrived, you know.
I think we were more interested in having a bit of musicality in it as well. I mean, I couldn't sing at the time, so that bit hadn't yet developed with what we were doing. So it was just leather jackets, high tops, speed. It was just a lot of that. But we also wanted to be really heavy at the same time as well and have that bit of musicality to it as well. I mean, you've got his incredible guitar capability. He's so good at guitar. And yeah, we had a huge advantage having all. He's like our secret nuclear weapon. He's phenomenal guitar player. So that instantly sets us apart. And yeah, I mean, we brought more musicality into it as we went. As I learned to sing and become more interested in vocal melodies and harmonies and stuff, then that all helped. But yeah, the debut was, I guess, I see what you mean. We weren't just interested in being Exodus.
Yeah.
We weren't just in being Metallica and Slayer. Yeah. It was like, yeah, it was just music that we as fans wanted to hear, that we'd listen to and go, I'm going to put an album on. That's what I'd listen to.
Yeah.
That's all it was. Yeah. So yeah, it's really nice to hear that people hold it in quite a high regard, and I'm really proud of it. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. And you can, like you say, you can see the progression, hear the progression as you go through the albums, like you say, with more harmonies and more vocals, different types of vocals. You can get it. You can see the progression, which it's some bands don't see it.
No, some you don't. I mean, some it's obvious to see, but some just find a formula and stick to it. We were never interested in formula. We wanted to make every song have its own unique identity. And especially when I got more into writing better lyrics and more interesting things, I always tried to make the lyrics for every song be completely different from the song before it, like different topics. I didn't just want to do zombies, war, sharks every single time. I wanted to do something different. So you look at stuff like Infected Nations, you go from, oh God, what was it? I'm trying to think what there was. A song about genocide, vampires, an old 50s sci-fi book. What else was a Metamorphosis that was about that exact topic about that the band changing. That's what Metamorphosis was about. Yeah, I wanted to make everything different, and then from there, carried it on. I think I got a bit better as we went, but the seeds were there.
Yeah,
I think in the first ones, yeah. But yeah, I'm really chuffed that people listen to us. I'm thrilled. That's why you say that people consider that debut one of the high points. I'm well chuffed with that.
great.
It's great.
I mean, the band did go from strength to strength, but you did have, obviously you had a lot of ups and downs. And I remember interviewing them on a Marth. You were on tour with them at the time when Mike passed away, and I interviewed them after, and it was sort of like their tour was weird because they carried on. Obviously, you guys didn't because of Mike. They carried on with the tour, but it was all like it seemed a bit of a like they were going through the motions as well. You know what I mean? It hit everybody hard. I mean, it must have hit you guys really.
Oh yeah. It's oh God, it's hard. I always struggle to find the words with this.
Yeah.
That the drive back was one. It wasn't the hardest thing to do, but it was that was tough. Just it was a 3-day. I think it was a 3-day drive as well. We did. Yeah, it was a struggle. It was a struggle, and we were meant to go to one of the shows I think afterwards, but we just couldn't face it. But I've got to say that Lyle, our driver, and Lucy, who was with us doing merch, and our manager at the time, Julie, they were great. They helped so much. Because it was a struggle even to get Mike's body back.
Yeah.
From a different country. Yeah, it was horrible time. So it's always nice when you see things like I think they had like Mike's picture of Bloodstock on the big screens. That's lovely. See stuff like that is great because I never considered Evile a huge band or anything. I know we did all right, but I'm very critical, self-critical. I know we're not a huge band, so to see that kind of thing, that bit of recognition for Mike is absolutely wonderful. I love that.
I mean, you must have been close then to sort of wrapping it up, surely, when that happened.
Yeah, for about 3 seconds. I became. I don't know if I ever spoke to the rest of the band about this actually, so I'll deliver it all to you now. I became quite apathetic after that happened because it was. If life can be taken away from you, I mean, obviously I know it can, but to witness it, to witness someone's life being taken, just like that at early 30s, it completely screwed my mind. I became really, really apathetic. I've still got a bit with me to this day where I just don't really care because why bother? Why be scared of anything? Why be afraid of doing things that you want to do because one day you could just drop. So do what you want to do. And I think I said something similar at Bloodstock when we played after. So just something about if there's anything in your life that makes you unhappy, change it because you can.
Yeah.
You should. Why be unhappy? Because you don't have long, and it can be taken away from you. But yeah, I felt a bit apathetic about everything after that. And I was just thinking, well, maybe I should just not do this anymore. But it lasted, so about 3 seconds. And you go, no, this was, Mike's band. He wanted to make the band something for his daughter. That's what we'll do. So that's what it became about. It became about making something of it. So Mike never wasted his time. Because all Mike wanted to do was he wanted to make something that he could be proud of, that his daughter could be proud of him for. That's all he wanted to do. I absolutely think he achieved that.
Oh, definitely.
And I think we wanted to carry that on and help him achieve that. And I think we did an okay job. So yeah, his family can be proud of him.
I mean, Evile got quite. I mean, you say they weren't a big band, but I think at your height, I think it was it third. There's only 2 bands or 3 bands in front of you at the main stage at Evile after that at Bloodstock. So you're quite high.
That was kind of accidental, that one. Yeah, that was Dayside pulling out, so we still left slot. We were never meant to be there. No, yeah, we did. I'm really proud of. We did really well. I'm really chuffed to have been a part of it. It's good. I'm proud of everything I contributed to it. I'm proud of working as a team. Some of the songs we did, I genuinely believe that some of the songs we did are up there with great metal songs.
Oh, definitely.
I think there's some absolute belters, and I think there's some on there that are hugely underrated as well, that probably deserve a bit more attention. Yeah, I'm like I say, I'm really self-critical, so I'm a realist as well. So I don't, I'm not going to think we're awesome, because Evile always had this, yeah, good enough attitude. Even rehearsal, yeah, I've practiced the set twice, good enough. So yeah, I'm just too self-critical, I think. I don't play it all.
Yeah, I mean, you did manage to come back though, not long ago, and did the tribute gig for Mike. I mean, I got home first. I mean, I wish I could have got there. I didn't get to it, but how did you manage to do that with your voice and everything?
That was the one that was postponed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That got cancelled several times. We ended up. It was in Manchester.
Yeah,
Rebellion in Manchester. It was weird. You know what? I didn't do any kind of vocal training. I just jumped up and did it. I think we had 2 rehearsals for it, because they'd obviously I'd been away for quite a while from the band by that point. They'd had Adam in. They were practicing and rehearsing. I just jumped in for 2 rehearsals just to practice the full album all the way through, Enter the Grave all the way through. And we just went, good enough. And I got on stage and just blasted it out, and it went fine. It was very strange though. It felt, because I couldn't help but compare it to the first Mike show we did, the London one. It was 2000 and I can't what year we did it. I've totally forgotten when it was. But I couldn't help but compare it to that. That felt like such a big deal. And this one just kind of felt a bit anticlimactic to me. I couldn't tell you why. I really don't know why. Maybe it's because it had been postponed so many times. I'm not sure. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good. It was nice to play the album through again for everybody. It was good, and people had a good time there, as far as I could tell. People were singing along. It's nice to see. It always warms the cockles.
But you didn't
people singing along.
You didn't get the feeling like, I still want to do this when you left the stage or anything?
Not one bit. No. Being on stage, when I'm on stage, I absolutely love it. It was the one thing I loved the most about doing it. But all the hanging around, the waiting, being in dressing rooms, yeah, I'm not gonna miss. I'm not gonna miss this. Not one bit.
I don't blame you. I mean, I've done the same backstage, waiting for interviews, and you wait. It's people don't realise how boring it is, to be honest.
They don't. Yeah, you just see a lot of varying 4 walls in a band. That's mostly it. But people absolutely love touring. The amount of bands that we've met, spoken to, played with, touring, and some people don't even have homes.
No.
That we toured with. They live on the road, and I absolutely adore the concept of that. I always wanted to do that, but I also had responsibilities, so I couldn't just up and leave. But life could be different. But the way it is, I'm not going to miss it. Not one bit. Only the stage and the seeing different places. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. And what do you think of the direction Evile have gone in now with Old Tech and vocals?
It's a difficult answer, because I was approaching it very, very differently than how I ended up doing it. So I hear the songs in my head as they were in my head as to what I was writing. So I was writing more along the lines of Skull, that kind of thing, for what suited me. I think I'd written. I got to the point where, again, it was that rush for time to. We need to get this done. So, I'm working 9 hours a day. I've got 3 kids. I'm trying to get back into doing this again. I think at the time I was struggling a bit with the mental health stuff as well. Because I've had that since I was about 11, so I've always struggled a bit with that. And I was just having a bit of a rough time. And when I was being pushed for it, I thought, right, so I tried to buckle down and write. I think I got to maybe 5 tracks in, I think, of rough lyrics. I think I'd recorded maybe a song and a half of guide vocals for the songs. I don't go very far with it. I think one day just a full set of lyrics came through from all the album written, and I just went, right, they're done. I'm done. So I was approaching it very, very differently as to what it sounds like now. So I can't help but hear my versions of the songs in my head.
Yeah.
Compared, so I can't help compare them. It would have been a very different album.
Yeah.
If I'd have done the vocal. Obviously it works out. I'd have been singing. But I think all stepped up absolutely fine. He's doing a good job. And he's pretty much where I was when I did Enter the Grave. I didn't know how to sing. I was just shouting really loud. And Fleming was telling me off. So you can't sing, can you? So he's figured me out. So I just ended up belting it out. I learned to sing for nations. That's why I'd only learned the power. I learned how to power it and not hurt myself. But I'd not learned how to hold notes. So it wasn't something that came naturally to me at all. I had to really work at it and maintain it as well to keep that level of. And then I started learning how to sing the notes and hold the notes and combine that with the power at the same time. That's around Serpent's Teeth, and that's when that all kind of came together. That's why they're singing so much like levels above Nations. Nations is just like a flat line, a stream of grunt. A couple of notes in there, but yeah, Serpents is where I nailed it. I think I got it right. So I think all's around where I was in Grave. So he'll get better.
Yeah,
he'll get a lot better, I think, and I think he'll do fine. It's hard being a singer. It's tough being a frontman. I don't think he never believed me. Now he's going, I'm so sorry. I slagged you off all those years.
Yeah, it's certainly a lot. It's a lot more brutal now, isn't it? That's the way I see it. The vocals that Holt does are a lot more brutal.
A lot harsher. Yeah. He did say when we were doing it, he wanted to write for a lot more of a. I don't think he used the term death metal. I think he wanted to go down the older schizophrenia, Sepultura type road and do it like that. Just head down and all that, which cool, great, good idea. But I was trying to put my vocals on top of it, and it just didn't quite work. All I had in my head was Sepultura. So it was hard to try and match the two up with what they were trying to do with what I was trying to do at the same time. But yeah, he's doing fine. I think I'm interested to see where they'll go next. Actually, I've only listened to the new album probably twice. I think. Yeah, like I said, because I was involved in part of the writing of it, so it's. I think I get. I'm trying to remember now. I'm sure I was thinking that listening to some of the demos, I was thinking, right, that's unfinished. That needs restructuring. It feels unfinished.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, when I'd left, I thought, he'll sort all that out, he'll do it. But I don't think anything changed. So some of the songs feel unfinished to me just because I thought that. I'm probably completely wrong because I normally am. But yeah, no, I think I'm interested to see where they'll go.
Yeah, be interesting.
Very interesting because it's a totally different approach, and I think he'll do a good job because All's very, very talented.
Oh, definitely.
And he knows what he's doing as well. He's very clued up with his music and his music theory, and he knows his stuff. Whereas I couldn't even tell you what an E is. I know we're tuned to E flat, but beyond that, I don't know. Just play E really fast.
Yeah,
that's all I know how to do. I'm interested to see where they'll go because I'm absolutely sure they'll do it justice.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's nice to watch because I'm quite proud because I was a part of it, and I'm quite proud to watch them carry on. It's nice to see, and I got to see them play for the first time. I've never seen Evile live.
Oh, so yeah, true. Yeah,
when they played at the Parish, it was nice to go and actually watch them play as a band, and I went, oh, okay, yeah, they're all right. They're a good band. It was nice to see. Yeah, I think they'll do okay.
Yeah,
that Evile will do all right.
And as for you, what I mean, I know a bits of what you're doing now, but tell the others what is it you're doing now?
What am I doing now? I'm being a dad mostly. That's all I'm really doing. Being a dad. I have 3 girls. Well, one is mine. I'm stepdad to 2. They're a bit older. I still work for the council in children's services. I've started my own cinema, which is nice, which is something I've always wanted to do. I do screenings of films every every fortnight where I live. You know, I'm sure cult and classic films.
Yeah, I've seen
And
Facebook ads popping up with the next
have
movie.
you seen them?
Yeah,
Yeah, I show all sorts. Like I showed, I've got RoboCop coming up, so I'm very excited about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I show all sorts of stuff. Mostly that. I don't do much else. I'm still playing guitar a bit. I am kind of planning on some form of a solo-ish album thing because I had loads of songs written for album 5. I think there were I think I had 5 songs, 3.5 completed, maybe. 1.5 rough ideas and rough recordings. So I think it'd be a shame to let them sit there and do nothing. So I'm going to try and. So I've been working on those to get them finished and maybe do some kind of release. I don't know, just to get it out of my system. I guess like I've got these songs. I need to get them used and get them out there. I offered them to all. I offered them to Evile. And they just, I think he just said, no, it's not where we're going. So all right, cool. So I think they're looking at something totally different where they're going. So my writing stuff's probably it's kind of like you can always tell my writing stuff from the songs that I did, like The Naked Sun and Long Live the New Flesh. What was the one I did? Burned Alive. You can always tell when a song's mine.
Yeah.
So it's kind of along those lines that I'm going for. Thrashy, heavy stuff, but mixed with a bit of Opeth as well. Just try something different out. So I'm gonna, hopefully do some kind of album if I can. That'd be nice. But I don't know with who or when or.
Oh, let me know. So I'll definitely get some airtime and we'll promote it and whatever. Yeah, no problem.
Oh, cool. Thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. What was your biggest highlight though? You know, like when you was with Evile, I mean, there must have been sort of people you met and you thought you'd never meet, or places you'd play you thought you'd never play.
Oh God, I couldn't pick out one. I'm so bad at remembering the best thing. Except it's just a big blur for me. My memory's so bad. Getting to play with Exodus was incredibly brilliant. Getting to play with Entombed was awesome, even just for those first few shows of the Amon Amarth thing. Entombed are one of my bands that are up here. I love Entombed. So that was great to get to just sit around with them and play with those guys. That was great. Exodus, getting to share a tour bus with them was hilarious. Lee Altus is comedy gold. Jack Gibson was utterly lovely. He was one of the nicest guys I've ever met in a band. He was great. Getting to tour with Megadeth was also one of those things that a lifetime achievement thing, I guess, because that was nearly 2 months with them. That was wonderful. We didn't get to speak to Dave much. We hung around with him a couple of times, but he did some. he abused our roadie, not in a bad way. He did a few funny things with him just to make a fool of him. It was quite hilarious. But we spoke mostly to Sean Drover and James, and Chris Broderick, who were absolutely wonderful. They were so nice. Playing with Forbidden, Craig was awesome, and Steve, wonderful. Just really nice to meet these people who are just really good, nice people. We've not come across many rock stars, I guess, because we're, like I say, Evile's approach was always good enough and just go along with whatever's happening and just not get in the way. That was our thing, was just don't get in the way of anybody. Get in, do your job, get out, don't get in the way. So we never kind of really made waves with anybody or anything. So we never came across any idiots, I don't think. Everyone was always really nice to us. I'm trying to think where else was. Do you know what? The main highlight for me probably was getting to go to America. Because we spent in total 6 months there in 2010. I think we did 4 laps of the entire country, into Canada as well, and up around there. That was probably the best thing we ever did. If the only thing that could ever drag me back to touring again would be doing that. Just sleeping in a van, going around America. So many great things happened. Like our our driver Mike surprised us one day. He drove us to this parking spot, parked up in the RV with a gamma bomb, which was hilarious. And we woke up in the morning and opened the curtains, and there's the Grand Canyon. Like, he never told us we were going there. We just woke up to the Grand Canyon, and it all just goes in front of you. I'll never forget that. It was great. But we woke up one morning in a Walmart car park, and it had snowed overnight, and there was a deer in front, just surrounding the van. Just wow! It's not the most metal thing, is it, to see some deer and that'd be the best thing of your tour? But that was incredible. Yeah, I probably said that was the best thing. Met so many awesome people and had such a good time in America. It was great. Trying to live on $8 a day for food. So much fun.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, it was good.
Well, thanks for talking to me on Metal Gods TV YouTube channel.
You're welcome.
It's good to see you still around. It's good to know you're still alive.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. Yeah, I'm not. It's one of those things, isn't it? When somebody leaves a band, they cease to exist.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, well, I was determined to talk to you again on camera and off camera before. I'm sure we'll bump into each other at some stage again as well.
Absolutely, we will do.
Yeah,
well, I can start going to festivals now as an actual.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm dying to get down to see Merciful Fate for Bloodstock this year. I'm trying to get myself free to come and see it. Have to see Merciful Fate. Yeah, so if you're at that, I'll probably see you there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get down for this Sunday because Venom Inc. are doing the full black metal album.
Yes, they are. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
That should be good as well. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's like you say, real life gets involved in your knacker, don't you?
Pretty much. Yeah, that's the way it is. That's the part of the fun of it.
Oh, thanks for that anyway, Matt.
No, thank you.